Sometimes if your parents are putting pressure into you, look at them too and say, Daddy, mommy, why didn't you
Why
make me
didn't you make?
proud? Why
Yeah,
do I have to
because
start doing illegal activities just to feed you? Like, no, my level of success is different from your level of success. So you have to redefine success. My own success could be, oh, the ability to see all my family alive and happy. Your own success could be something else. So you don't have to put success like, oh, I have to make money, I have to do this. And you need to learn how to cut things. Like if it's to delete social media that is pressuring you, delete it. If it's Twitter, delete it. You just have to focus on yourself because at the end of the day, it ends in dying. And when you die, the world will move on like nothing happened.
hi, beautiful people. Welcome to Para and Peace. This is a space where we have real, authentic conversation about growth, reality, and everything in between. I'm your host, Coco, and on today's episode, I have with me Victoria, and we'll be having a conversation on the topic the emotional cost of chasing success in Nigeria. Before we get right into this conversation, I'll start by setting on the tone about something that happened, I think, some week ago. So I was with my friends, like a group of friends, and we were having this conversation about a mutual friend. We're talking about how stressful he has been, having to do the daily work, going to work, and he's a family man. And there was a comment one of my friends said that really struck me hard. She actually made a statement. No, he actually made a statement. He was like, that now normal man work now, make you walk, go suffer, you need to suffer. You understand? And if you no suffer, you never really make an. And I felt terrible because I felt like you guys are encouraging the suffering, like patting the person in your back that okay, oh, well done, oh, you've suffered, so everything is gonna get better. So that now leads me to the question. And the question is, do you think Nigerians sometimes glorify suffering in the name of hustle?
Yes, I believe that.
Okay, so
Because Nigerians themselves, they believe in suffering and smiling.
yeah.
They believe in tying suffering to morality. And they also believe that in telling suffer stories and stuff like that. So in Nigeria, if you have not suffered for it, you have not achieved anything. That's why you see them. They majorly drag people who come from a very good and well-to-do background. So yes.
Okay. So yeah, do you think what are the points would you say the chase of success starts to affect someone emotionally or mentally?
Okay, yes. When they start experiencing anxiety, they burn out, they are not mentally stable, they are drained, they are trying to look for money, not just for themselves, to impress the society, to impress their family, to live up to societal expectation and stuff like that. You get? So that's when I would say, okay, yes. And in Nigeria, people don't really ask you. You now feel guilty for the things you do. Like if you are relaxed, they lead you. If you are trying to rest, you are feeling guilty. You're like, oh my God, I'm not working. I'm wasting my time. My hours are going. It's more like you are buying shawarma and you're like, this one a waste of money or for you to cook stew.
Yeah.
Things like that. Exactly. So now people don't look at you anymore and say, what are you doing? Instead they ask, what are you doing? What have you done? What do you own? So stop. Yes, Nigeria believe in suffering and smiling.
So I'm curious here because I know I have my own perspective and I'm sure you have yours. So I'm
Yes.
just gonna throw a little bit light into my own perspective.
Okay.
So the question is, do you think Nigeria is actually hard, or are young people just under too much pressure to make it early?
I believe in both.
Oh,
Nigeria
why?
is
Why?
hard and they are under too much pressure to make it early. Number one, the economy, its reality is unfavorable to people. There's lack of job employment. There's nothing for you to do. As you're getting out of school, in your head, you're thinking, oh, I will get a job. And at the end of the day, when you're getting a job, you're not getting something benefiting enough, meaning that you can't use this your job to afford a place for yourself. You can't even live in your basic amenities. So Nigeria makes it very difficult. And the reality is that people are living under pressure. You have aging parents, they are growing old. You want to do something for them before they die because you know that the older you get, according to statistics, declining death. So
So
debt and you don't have the opportunity, so you're under pressure. Your friends, Nigeria is a classic situation too. People rate you by your phone, your wigs, your cars, your hairs, and all. And now you want to live to that expectation. You want to live to parental expectation. You want to please the society. You want to please your babe. You want to please your babe and you want to live for yourself too. So yes.
So I get your point, but personally, if I'm to like air out my own mind concerning the situation, I feel like Nigerians, like the youth, were not under any pressure anymore.
No, we are actually under a lot of
Why,
pressure.
okay, why I say that is like I would say 3 years ago, it's not like the economy was very okay, but I would say 3 years ago the youth were like really under pressure because I think maybe that was when all this Yahoo of a thing came out. So everybody wants to do Yahoo, everybody wants to drive Benz, the girls want to date Yahoo boys. So the competition was quite there. So there was this I want to
Yeah, I get it.
But
Tension.
on the current situation now, I don't think anybody is even under any pressure. I just feel like Nigeria is choking. Everybody just wants to survive. But I mean, that's
Okay,
that.
so let me give you a throwback story. So
Yeah.
I went for a job interview one certain time. I went to this company. So when I got there, so like I said, classic situation, it's the car one. And they were like, oh, okay. They were not asking me, oh, how can you be so thing? Because I went for a sales representative. Instead, they were asking me, who do you know? So now I'm not pressured to look for people that I know to get into this employment because they need access.
Yeah.
So that's why I said we are still under pressure, no matter how you see it. Yes, we are trying to survive because that's what the government has left us with. You have to eat at least before you die. But still, you want to get something very benefiting for you that you can relax at the end of the day. So we are still being pressured.
So I'm going to ask this very tricky question, yeah? So the question is, does relocating abroad solve the pressure or is just a change of address?
It kind of, because they pay per hour and there are jobs there for you to do. So that's why everybody's desperately wanting to go there.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I mean, to me personally, I feel since we're talking about the struggle, yeah. So I feel it's even the struggle gets worse there. But the only thing is that we are being compensated because, as you said, it's paid hourly.
Yes, and you can afford your bills there.
I mean, but
And you can send money home.
we've been having this argument is something that everybody will drag you that it's a lie. We travel abroad,
But it's the truth.
Yeah, but I feel like we actually enjoy it in Nigeria because when you go back there, every penny you're making, you're paying light bill, you're paying this bill, you're paying house your rent like monthly compared to Nigeria that if you don't even pay NEPA bill, you don't pay NEPA bill.
Have you seen the tax fees?
Tax fees where
Yes,
like
the tax fees that your government has
you
going on.
we don't even pay taxes here, but
How
you
much
pay
time
taxes
do you
over
have
there.
to pay for those taxes?
That's it.
Exactly. So when you are there, you can afford the life that you want to live. Then you can also send money back home to help home. But when you are here, you cannot afford your own life. Talk of to add a second person to yourself. So it's better you go there and go and hustle. So
Yeah, I get the point. But personally, I feel like the pressure is both sides. The only difference is that you're being compensated there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not being compensated, but I feel like the pressure is both sides. In fact, there is more pressure there because there you know that you have to be on your feet. You're paying for
But the point
everything.
is that Nigerians are used to suffering and smiling, so we can.
I mean, that
afford
is
this
why all
suffering.
Africans,
Exactly.
like that's why a lot of Nigeria, to be particular, we are always going there.
Exactly, because I'm
we
suffering
are
and
strong.
dying and I'm not seeing results. Why don't I suffer there and see results? So that's the point.
So okay, that's fine. So yeah, the next question is how much do you think social media plays into people feeling like they are not doing enough?
How much role does social media?
Yes, how much role does
Yes, because at the end of the day, you see your mates. Let me use an age range. Let's say you are 23 to 25. On a normal circumstances, you're supposed to be doing okay for yourself. At least even if you don't have it big, at least an average life, right? And now social media, now you see your mates who are doing things that are other things. Because if you really want to look at it from a sincere point of view, if you are not from a rich family, you have no support system, and out of the few, like I'm saying, when I say luck, I mean like 1% from that ratio that are going to make it out of severe poverty. So now you see your mates on social media, they are living the kind of life you dream to have. So that pressure will be on you. You want to do everything you can. So that's when you now see people going into prostitution, drugs trafficking, name it. So that's the point. So social media has like a whole lot of.
So I'm saying this, I'm going to say this to the youth. Please do not allow social media to
Pressure
whine
you.
you.
Yes.
Because we know that most of the things on social media is fake. And even if you're being pressured that, what you're seeing in social media, you have to remember that, first of all, there are lots of people that are from wealthy families. So they are
Exactly, have the
actually
backup.
enjoying.
Some
And
of them prostitution. And so again, if you can't pay the time, don't better do the crime. That's what I'm going to say. Exactly.
All right. Okay, that's fine. So now I'm going to ask you another tricky question.
Okay.
And my answer to that question is very funny, but I just want to know what yours is.
Okay.
And the question is, what would you have what would have really been your plan B or C if you can't travel out of Nigeria to chase your
Yo,
dream?
for now, I'm doing my plan A. Oh. I'm done with plan. I'm
What's
working.
what's your plan A,
My
please?
plan
Can
A
you
is
share your
basically what
plan?
I'm doing. I'm trying to work, gather money, start up something for myself. But God have mercy.
So personally, my
Money
plan
laundry.
oh your money my
Ah.
plan A and my plan B is not working. So you just go and join either I join this or money people. It's like this is what I see money. This is what I see collect
Before
money
you
for
see
the
money in
boss.
Omonile,
People are see
before you
money.
see money in Omonile, you have to go to a very,
I
very,
mean, I'm
very
a woman,
high-
so I don't need to stress
high rank.
myself. When I don't stretch my hand like this, you give
Oh,
me
they
money.
play. They
Oh, I
beat
go
you
and
for
join.
road.
I'll join Amroma. Either of
will
those
beat
two
you
because
for
I feel
road.
like that's the only thing
No.
that is paid. But I mean, I'm just
It doesn't
joking.
really pay like that unless those people that are from the top.
So, I mean, to answer this question, I feel like this is the period where every youth, everybody should just find a way to monetize their hobbies. Because
Yes.
yeah, I was having a conversation. You know this thing they say, jack of all trade, master of none, just focus on something. The way the economy is in this country, bro,
You have to be
you have to jack everything,
Everything.
and master everything and try.
Even the ones you cannot do, take the
Please, you
job.
have to you must have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
TZ.
or else.
TZ.
And okay,
And please do the right thing. Oh. Don't go and do long.
yeah. So
Exactly.
there's something I've had this conversation with lots of people. I've been in a space with lots of people. They talk about this, and I have my own perspective to it. I want to share it to you to know your perspective. So the question is, I see people that have properties in Nigeria. They have lands, buildings, and so many things. And these people will sell these properties, yeah, and move to another country. My question is, if you personally have such properties in Nigeria, you have lands and everything, would you sell those, like let go of all property to just relocate outside the country?
Mine is known.
No.
No. No, no.
What are your reasons?
Because I already have something not doing. Why should I sell them, go out there when I don't know what is waiting for me? The main reason why people are struggling to travel out, if not for fun, is so that they can do better, so that they can come home and do better. So how would I sell something I've already acquired and go abroad to go and be chasing what? Dust? No, I can't do.
I'm trying to understand why people do a lot. And if the funny enough, if you try to discuss
Probably
this with-
insecurity.
Yeah,
though.
I mean, I understand, but it's not like there's any country you're going to that is totally secured
At
like
least you
that.
have a
I mean,
country outside that people will fight for you if you are kidnapped, not the one that they will hold you hostage and your government.
I understand that part, but to me, I feel like I would use, for instance, let me use myself for instance, yeah. So there's a lady I was working for, yeah. She has always wanted to relocate outside the country with her family. So she had the opportunity to do that. They sold a lot of things. But I noticed that she left back her business because I was managing that business. She left back her business. She left her house. She didn't totally sell everything.
Exactly.
But I know people that will sell. So my question is, why would you have so much
If I'm any
and then you're selling everything? What if something happens? Like, let me use this whole xenophobia, whatever that's happening in South Africa. I know that there are a lot of people that might have sold everything they have to move down to South Africa, why better life, and you're running from insecurity, blah, 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 and you're there. And I'll see what's happening. And you have to come back home because you don't want to die. You rather prefer to die in your land than to die in somebody's. So what are you falling back to?
That's why I say personal choices. That's why we say personal choice. But for me, I feel like it's not a wise decision.
Anyways, please, on the comment section, for some of you guys that are outside the country, please, people should tell us the reason for why you are selling everything you have,
Exactly.
all your lands to travel out, because I don't have answers to it. I really want to know what your
If you
answer
have so
is.
much
So
money, why are you traveling out?
God bless you.
You can go for fun, though.
Yeah, like, you can go for fun. If you have so much money, why are you where you running
Where are you running to? From where?
where are you going
Enjoy
to?
is sweet when you have money. Oh. When you don't have
Honestly,
money, enjoy
I
is
feel like
sweet.
when you have money, yeah. So, but that's on that. So the next question we are moving into is, let's talk real life for a second. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever had a moment where you felt lonely just trying to figure life out and succeed? Why I'm saying that is because I know there are some people that they are trying to figure themselves out, but they've never found themselves like being lonely while trying to. Maybe there's father figure, there's mother figure, there's brother figure, they are tight G's that, bro, let's figure out this life together. So the question is, have you ever been in a situation where there is no mother, there is no father, there is no sister, there is no, it's just you trying to figure out your life?
Okay, for me, I would say that now is the time where I feel lonely. It's not like I don't have people around me, but the point is that you don't actually know where you are going, what you want to do, where you are headed, will you be successful? You know those questions. So when you find yourself resting, when you don't even have direction, you're just hoping that, oh God, just do it though. Let's you don't even know. You just shall, you are just there. You are just trying to survive. So yes, I do. I found
Yeah,
myself in
yeah.
such situation.
So personally, I think I would agree to it. I found, yeah, like I've been doing life alone. It's not like I don't have family, but I don't feel like my family are emotionally and financially. I come from a very small family. Just I, my
Yeah.
brother, my mom, my dad is late, and all of that. So I don't think I've been in that situation where I'm trying to figure out life and I have people to hold me through it and like let's get to
Yeah,
it
because
together.
you know a
So
situation whereby everybody talks to you, but you can't talk to anybody.
yeah, but I mean, I get that, but I feel like that has also a negative impact on a
Yeah, it
person as
does
well.
because you'll be self-dependent too much of it that your family
And
nature will
especially
lost.
for yeah, I was about to say that, especially for
Yes.
as a lady, like being in that space where you have to do everything alone, it's always a problem when you decide to want to settle down because you are playing the part of the feminine and masculine while you have a masculine that you do not let your man play the role of that.
I just feel like independence is just have to do with both gender. It doesn't really matter who you
Yeah,
are.
I mean, yes, but there's a, as for a woman, to me, to personally, I mean, it's our personal view. As a woman, I feel there's a level to it.
I just feel like all those things are just patriarchy oriented. There's a no bus
Then
stop for me when it comes to money. So far it's legal. I'm cool.
this question is for the ladies, yeah. So, has chasing success in Nigeria deprived you of being feminine?
Usually, yes, no. It's obvious. Yes.
Mm, you know.
Yes. That's what I'm going to say.
Why do you say so? Why do you feel? Why do you feel?
Because
Why
at
do you
the
feel
end of
so?
the day, people will actually want to take you for granted. Or you know that as a female though, everybody
Yeah.
sees you as like a sex object. Not everybody though. Let me be careful with my words. So people see you as a sex object. So everybody's like, oh, now if you want to do this thing, you have to bring this thing. So you have to come up like, oh yes, me if I've been worried, I get Oba. Like you get that kind of thing, but I
Yeah.
want this thing, I can work for it, and I have to get this thing. So yes, it's going to take out your feminine part of you. So you have to hustle like a madman. Yeah.
So let me ask, do you think a lot of people are actually burned out but just don't talk about it? I mean,
Yeah, definitely. Because
that's
you
like,
just feel like, who do you want to cry to?
I mean, I
The
feel
person
like
you're crying to self is crying out. So everybody's a crying sector. But I feel like the part we don't talk about most often is the cause of this whole Nigeria stressful struggle success story is that we don't address parents, we don't address the country itself, and we don't address the society and social media themselves.
what can you explain more when you say we don't address
Okay, so this
parents?
is it. Some parents in some part of the world, in short, every part of the world, especially in Africa, they have this mentality that their own is to give birth. They will do the
Barest minimum.
barest minimum for their
Yeah.
kids, but they want some kind of result, like their retirement plan. And I imagine you as a mother and a father giving birth to 14 children.
That's a whole lot.
And you expect these 14 children, you have no inheritance for them. They have no rich aunties or uncles willing to step up and help. Some of them even have a generation of nobody is rich. They are trying to be the first person to be
take care
rich
of
in
the
their
whole
generation.
lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a
And now
lot.
you are doing this and you're expecting these children without no inheritance. And you know that Nigeria is a classic situation. You have to package. You have to package to get there. Now, how do you get there? The money for your fake life. You can't even afford it. So everybody is segregating you, and now you are struggling, trying to get everything in check. The economy is not even favorable and stuff like that. And now you as a parent, you're expecting me to make money to come and not just take care of myself,
To take
you
care
and
of the
my
entire
father, to take care
family.
of my extra 13 children that you gave birth to
Yeah.
at the back.
So
Tell me why this person will not burn out.
yeah. So I mean, the next question I was about to ask has something to do regarding that, and it says, "And how much do you think family expectation add to the pressure of having to make it?" So I'm gonna add to what you just said. I feel like the first pressure as an adult that you grow into, the first pressure that we get is from the parents, African parents as a whole. I feel like they just need to address all of that,
Exactly.
because I do not understand why you give birth to a child. Now, this is how it works. I'm not saying that they are not parents that don't like
No, their parents are
spend
taking
so
care of their
much,
children.
and then
Yeah.
even after graduating they still give. But in Nigeria as a whole, out of 100%, I'm not really so sure of the statistics,
You're
but
not even sure
from,
of
yeah,
30.
so I'm not even sure of 30 parents, yes, or
Yes.
parents that can give to that. But now these Nigerian parents have this mentality that even if I trained you to the level of secondary school, you should be able to, push yourself to the university,
Wait,
carry
even
me.
the secondary school you are talking, is it the one that they don't even buy them school shoes and school books and send them to public school? The children are looking tata. They don't train them, they just abandon. But they're just present there. So let me just say present abandonment, if there's any word like that.
Yeah, I get that, but I feel like that should be tackled too, because
Yeah.
the first pressure as youth that we get is from our parents. We're trying to make mama proud,
Make
and they
sister
come up
proud,
with
brother proud.
not let's even leave brother and sister, because it is what mama tells brother and sister and papa tells brother and
But
sister
you don't have
that day.
rich family member, you don't have connection.
Even the
what
rich
you
family
do.
members, how many of them are ready to even help the other family
Exactly the
members
point.
that is not
Oh,
rich?
a lot of people will just have to face their own family, maybe because sometimes they don't even have enough to give out.
Yeah, the problem is that one thing that, we human beings, we are just, once you give one person,
You
20
start-
others are
exactly.
stretching hands. They
I
don't
understand.
get to understand that.
The
So
other thing is the Nigeria situation
Yeah.
itself. For instance, let's talk about status symbols. Like Nigeria has a way of rating people. Like you get now, it's not rates, especially this our generation. You know that in those generation, there's a way that you are good, you are brilliant, and you just meet one opportunity. It's no longer like that in this Gen Z generation. My sister, they are going to look at your shoe, they will look at your hair, they will look at your phone.
Before they-
So that classic symbol is there, the wealth level and everything. Then you now come to the economic reality. The high level of
that part is
unemployment and
that is why a
inflation.
lot of people are into this fake it too.
That's why you're
And
saying,
I feel like that is not authentic as a whole, because
yes,
if
but
I'm
it causes burnout too. Because at the end
Yeah,
of the day,
yeah,
now I have
true.
to start pressuring myself how to imagine me going for a job interview and you're telling me
Yeah.
that a car is an advantage. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
because as I think I was sharing a story about one of my exes back then. Yeah, so he had a job, and he took an Uber because he was well dressed and everything. So he took an Uber from his house to his place of work.
Yeah.
And before, according to what he said before him, because the way the setting of the office was, you
Yeah.
could actually hear what they're saying in the office. He said before him, there was somebody that was before him, and with the interview and everything, he felt like this person is not even going to he's going to actually get the job
job.
because the person is sound and everything. So when he got to his turn, they interviewed him. I was like, oh, your certificate. He was like, oh, please, it's in the car. So he went outside to go get his certificate. So in their mind, oh, he drove.
Yeah.
Do you get? So they actually gave him this job. I'm saying this based on what you said about the whole classism as a whole.
Exactly.
So they gave him this job. That's another pressure. So they gave him this job based on the fact
Has a
that
car.
he
They
had a
thought,
car.
yes.
So they thought that he had a car. Also, he's not hungry. And you see people that they are going to look for what's it called? There's a word. They're going for like a contract and all of that. You're going to meet an engineer. Do you understand? You have this. You have to go and borrow shoe. You have to go and borrow wig. And I think I came across an interview like that. That a lady was saying, if it means you to go and borrow wig and to go and borrow shoe, I understand that you have to come looking presentable, but if I can, why if I have my natural hair, I've not braided my hair, obviously I'm looking for a job. I don't have money.
Exactly.
Do you understand? And I have my natural hair. It is well tied. Why can't I come to the interview with my natural hair well tied, neatly? Why do I have to go and borrow wig
Exactly.
just to come and? You see the pressure you're putting
Yeah,
me.
I
I'm looking
understand
for
you.
money that I don't have, but yet I now still have to pressurize myself like that to get. How much are you even paying me,
Exactly.
So it really doesn't make any
So the
sense.
reason for that is that they need access. The company needs connection. The company needs somebody that has the access to get them what they want. Imagine selling something of 3.6 million naira. You will not want to employ somebody from a nowhere background. You'll be looking for someone who has that access. That the person that probably he's is with someone with this company. This person's chief is my he gets. So they need that access. That's the point. So they want to use it as a leverage.
So what about people that don't have that connection?
That's the point. They don't care, and that's what
They
I'm saying.
don't-
To make it in
so-
Nigeria, it is luck.
I see the reason for why a whole lot of people
People want to jack.
want to leave the country, because the most annoying thing in all of this thing is that you're demanding for so much from this worker that you're about to
And you're
employ,
not giving much.
and you're not giving much.
And even the much, even
And
if
even
you're
the
giving
much, the
much,
economy
it's not
is not
even
even giving.
any 200K in Nigeria is like any two
Do you
every
understand? So
in a month. It's crazy. Okay.
so in your honest opinion, is financial success in Nigeria worth the emotional stress that comes with it?
It doesn't exactly what it, but it's bound to happen because it will mentally drain you. You will burn out. You suffer from stress. You suffer from anxiety. You are pressured already. The society is there to destroy you. Your parents are there to push you because they kind of want to come out of poverty through you. I just feel like you should find a coping mechanism and you should understand wealth in a different level. Like you should redefine what wealth is. For instance, my level of success is different from your level of success. So you have to redefine success. My own success could be, oh, the ability to see all my family alive and happy. Your own success could be something else. So you don't have to put success like, oh, I have to make money, I have to this. And you need to learn how to cut things. Like if it's to delete social media that is pressuring you, delete it. If it's Twitter, delete it. You just have to focus on yourself because at the end of the day, it ends in dying. And when you die, the world will move on like nothing happened.
So, was there a moment you realized the pursuit for success was costing you more emotionally than you expected, and how did you handle it?
Okay, so I feel like from the beginning, it was like when I was in 200 level, I remembered. So as of then, we are approaching getting out of school, and now you don't have anything. You're like, okay, where do I start from? What did I study? You look at your course, you look at yourself, and you're like, you look at your country, you begin to search any company you see on the road, you are looking, aiming, applying, and stuff like that. Then when I got out of school, I was out. And the truth is that let me not lie, I'm looking for a job of 1 point upward. So the pressure was there, I was consumed. But when I saw that I was getting burnt out, I just need to re strategize. Encourage yourself, tell yourself that at least you got life. When there's life, there's hope, and when there's hope, you can do much more. So that's it.
So, I think to say share my experience about this, I think mine when I realized it was emotionally like stressing me, it came in two ways. I think the first one was family. Yeah, and I'm saying this out there because I know there are a whole lot of us that we are not even being pressured because of our peers. I know there's so many of
Yes.
Nigerian youths that are not being pressured
By
because
your
of their
best.
peers or what I'm seeing, or even the economy. In as much as the economy is not that flexible for us, but we are Nigerians, we always have a way of making it. I feel like more of this pressure comes from the family. I'm hammering back to the family because I believe the first pressure as a youth, as an adult that you're becoming, the first pressure you get to find yourself is from the family you're coming from before what is it before your peers. So what I have to say, when I noticed mine was like that, I had to like disengage myself. I had to like move backwards, like stay away from family. So this is like I'm just saying this for some of the youths that are being pressured by parents and everything, like expectation of life, chasing success. The advice I'll always give to you is that as long once you're an adult, please find a way. And you're an adult and you know you come from a family that the pressure of you making it is top notch. However you're doing it, because there are so many parents in Nigeria that they don't even want to know where you get the money from. They just want you to get the money, and that is what gives this youth the leverage to feel like they can put their hands into so many things that they're not supposed to put their hands, just because they
Exactly.
want to be successful, just want to. What will this make mama proud? Like, what is with it?
Me, I
I
feel
feel
like you
like
should tell yourself that why the mama not make you proud.
God bless. I thought that I was
Why-
actually the only
why
one.
the mama not make you
It's like,
proud?
Mama, you gonna make me proud this
What
time.
did daddy do in his days? Like
Yeah.
that's the truth. Because if your father had worked and made it, you will not be suffering and going through
Yeah,
the struggle. So
and
sometimes if your parents are putting pressure into you, look at them too and say, Daddy, mommy, why didn't you
why
make me
didn't you
proud?
make? Yeah,
Why do I have to
because
start doing illegal activities just to feed you? Like, no, mama should have made you proud. So okay. And you should always just know that everything just ends in life at some point. So you just have to make the best of your life. Don't
yeah,
leave it for anybody. Don't go doing crimes at the end of the day. Because when you do this crime, can you pay the time? Do you know the time if they catch you in money laundry, do you know the time you're going to spend in jail? If they catch you in drug trafficking, do you know what you're going to suffer, the jail terms and everything? So you don't want to go through those parts. So you don't have to do the crime. Just do as you can and just pray for God's blessing. That's what I would say though.
so the thing is that what I'm going to say in that part is that for the aspiring parents to come, because personally I pray to be very successful, to find myself, so that if I don't find myself in a situation where I have to put so much pressure on my kids for them to start, what are you bringing to the table, because that does not make it doesn't make them be more productive
Exactly.
to
They
the
can't even
level. In
function.
fact, they are not even looking at their talent. But you know what, I really thank God for these Gen Zs we are having these days, because I feel like they don't even care this that
Do you know
nobody's.
what I'm going to add to that?
Yeah.
Mine is, if you cannot take care of a child, on no occasion should you bring forth any. I don't care this conversation of, oh, so if the person is poor, the person shouldn't have a child. Yes, you are poor. If you are poor to the poorest, like what I even call poor to the poorest are those people who are homeless and living under the bridge. There's no occasion why you should be bringing out a child. But if you are average, you are not really rich, you just have small amount of money, but this small amount of money can take care of you, a child, and your wife, then you can go ahead. But if you don't have the money to bring anybody to this earth, please do not bring them. There's no need. You cannot give birth because the society wants you to give birth. You cannot get married because the society wants you to get married. And at the end of the day, you begin to pressure these children. You begin to pressure yourself, and it's just not making sense to me. I don't know if you understand.
Yeah, so the thing is that I wonder, it's still about this whole burnout of a thing, yeah? So why do you think conversations around burnout and emotional pressure are still not very open? Why do you think? Because I feel like people don't really get to speak out a lot. But why do you think? Is it the society, or what could be your personal perspective of what
Okay.
could be the reason why people don't really come out to speak about this whole pressure of
And
a thing
everything.
of
Okay.
chasing success and all of that?
So have you ever, when you're growing up, do you ever hear the word like, oh, a problem shared is a problem
Yeah.
announced? Yes. So people already had that thing. The society has already created that thing in them. So they don't want to talk. They are scared that, oh, if you talk, you're going to be mocked with it tomorrow. You are scared that, oh, okay, the person I'm going to be, you might even, and so again, Nigeria glorifies suffering. You might be telling someone I'm going through this emotional pressure, my family, this and that. The person saying, you, now that one. You get that kind of a thing, like, oh, obviously the one I'm going through. So you don't want to talk when you know that people are going to mock your problem, or they're going to make it a problem competition and stuff like that. And to one side of the gender, the men,
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
things
yeah.
like, oh, men don't cry out, men don't cry, and stuff like that. So they have built this thing. It's just like all these bandits. They train them. Most of them are captured from childhood and trained. So you have that mindset that, oh, I'm not supposed to. So that's the reason people don't come out to say, oh, I'm going through this. Well, you don't want your problem to be shared to others. Number two, you don't want to be mocked. Number three, you don't want to be yes, you don't want to be mocked. Basically, you don't want to be mocked. You don't want your problem to be shared. Stuff like
So
that.
let's bring it back to the male, yeah. So in terms of, there's always this statement. I mean, it has been going on and off
Yeah.
with people don't have to share your pain, your pressure. Do you understand, with your woman? So I'm gonna ask you this question: do you think it's all right? Do you feel it's all right for your man
Okay.
to be able to share his pressure when it comes to this whole hustle game of a thing? Do you think it's okay for him to share his pressure, like, "Ah, babe, this is what I'm going through"? Da, da, da? Do you think
It's okay.
yeah? Do you think it's okay?
Okay, first I would like to correct you. It's not women that said men should not say their pain. It's the society that men created. The patriarchy system they created for themselves that told them not to share their pain. But for me, my man can come to me and tell me that, oh, I'm going through this. Share your crisis. My brother, I understand you, because before I started dating you, I know that this is who you are, this is what you are, this is what you are capable of, and this is what you can do. So please cry if you want to cry. Talk to me. I'm a counselor. Don't worry, I'll give you the best advice.
So, but
to
what
me.
about those women that are like, hey, you don't have to tell me about your problems, da, 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 da. And
So for me, I feel
this
like they
thing
should
happens more of
undo.
like a family, like married men and all of that. The men were like, I don't want to tell, if I tell my wife my problem. And I feel like another reason for why I don't think it's the society. Yeah, the society plays a part though. I'm not gonna deny that. But secondly, aside the society, we women, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just say the truth as it is. We women, we have this thing, most of us, not I would say some of us, we they're wired in a certain way that they are the one crying for you to tell them the problem. But the moment you open your mouth to say, "Oh, this babe, this is my problem," and then you cry, they look at you and like, "She's a weak. He's a weak man. Why will he be crying? Is he not supposed to man up?" So you see, I don't really think it's actually the society that's the problem. I feel like the females are the problem, not all of them. The females are the
Yeah, I would say
problem
it's the
because
society, because it's these things that growth that instill from the beginning. So it's still the society. But at the end of the day, I feel like you have the choice of choosing your partner. Just choose the right one. because and I would say women, please undo the mentality of men cannot cry. Because people are allowed to cry.
Yeah.
Everybody is human and they have
Yeah,
feelings.
yeah.
So
That's so you, I mean, in other words, you are what are your advice to men, that they should cry?
yeah, I feel like you should speak out though. Don't die in silence. Speak out. You must. There is no how in life that you have people that you are surrounded by people that won't listen to you. You have somebody, one or two people, male or female, that are ready to hear you out. So please just speak out.
So still on the whole opposite gender matter. So I'm gonna ask this question here. The question is, as a man that you're still in the hustle game and all of that, are you allowed to be in a relationship?
Yes, definitely. Now everybody needs companionship. So
I mean, the reason for why I say that is because lots of our gender feel like, oh, as you're hustling, you don't have money, you're not supposed to be in a relationship. What would you have to say about that?
what I have to say is that everybody has their standard and their level.
So lastly, I want to ask this question. If success came with peace but cost you your relationships or happiness, would you still go for it?
No, I'm not going to go for it because at the end of the day, I want to have money so that my junior ones and everyone in my life, partner, family, friends, everybody can enjoy me. So, okay.
So lastly, yeah, if success came with peace but cost you relationships or happiness, would you still go for it?
No.
And
That's
why?
because relationship basically is not just partner, it's an entire thing, your friends, your family, and everybody. And I want them in my life. And that's part of why the reason why I want to make money. That's my own part of success story. So
I mean, there's some money that would come and
no,
are you
no
sure
money
you
say
know?
no.
All right.
Even if it's a
You know,
man,
yeah, when she talking.
yeah, if the man at the end of the day is someone that would choose me over money, then I would choose him over money. But if it's someone that is going to throw me out,
I mean, how
which
would you know
majority of them
that?
is going to throw you out, sha. So, but let me just say no, because relationship is
I mean,
bigger than
that's
partner.
fair. So, what are your advice to youths
Redefine yourself.
concerning? Let's make us start again. So, what are your advice to youths concerning this pressure? What advice you have for them on how to be able to get through it? Because I mean, pressure, there's nothing you can do. You will always face it in life. So, what do you have to say to them?
Okay, first of all, redefine your success. What are your success stories? Success for everybody differs, you get. So you need to see success beyond making money and having wealth. Two, you can block and delete family members. Anybody that is putting so much pressure on you and they are bringing literally to zero, like into your life, you can as well cut them without feeling guilty. You can unfollow people on social media. Anybody that is putting this pressure of, oh, money, 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 and all this kind of thing, if you feel pressured by it, you unfollow them. At the end of the day, you take growth at a time. Understand that you can also relax whenever you feel like you're allowed to cry when you feel. Find a different coping mechanism, something that actually makes you happy. Aside running around the whole house and everything. So again, get a skill. At least skill plus also is something you get a degree. Get anything you want to get that will help you. Just do it.
So I would say this again because I think I've mentioned this in our other conversations and questions we asked, and I'm still gonna say it again. We talked about plan A, B, and C. So my advice for you, for all of us youths as a whole, what I would say is that start monetizing your hobbies. This is not the time to feel pressured because pressure is part of life. You might not be pressured like financially, you can be pressured in your marriage, relationship with your partner, your family and
Exactly.
friends. Pressure will come in so many ways. But since we're talking about the financial part of it,
Yes.
I would say you should start monetizing your skills no matter what it is, or
Exactly.
as you said earlier on, go learn a skill that you know. That I know we all
add
went
to
to
your
school.
hustle.
Yes, I know we went to school, went to university and everything.
You
But
need more.
university, yeah, you need more. University is not, I mean, the certificates, the
Just a
pali is not
degree.
paying as
It's
it
just a
should. The
degree.
salary is not just adding up. You understand? So get more skills. I feel if you get more skills, add to what you're doing, it will lessen the pressure. And that's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you guys for listening, and we're happy to have you here.
Welcome.
And stay tuned for next episode. Remember, stay real, stay authentic. Peace out.